What's up, stars? Coach Ortega here, and guess what? It's Dance Party Thursday! But before you put those dance pants on real quick, we gotta go over our daily health lesson. I know, blah, blah, blah. We gotta do it, guys. We have to. Sorry, we gotta keep teaching you guys how to be healthy, okay? Because we want you to be super healthy, alright? So today, we're going to talk about whole grains, okay? Remember, on our My Plate, we have to have protein, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and dairy, okay? So that whole grains is part of our My Plate, which we need to have on our plate every single meal, okay? And so I'm gonna tell you guys more about these whole grains, okay? And the foods that are made with whole grains, all right? So rice, oats, corn, and wheat are going to be 4 kinds of grains, okay? You can eat cooked rice and cooked oats by themselves. So when I'm talking about oats, I'm talking about like oatmeal, okay? And rice, you guys know what rice is. So rice and oats are also going to be in some cereals if you don't want to eat them by themselves, okay? You can eat cooked corn by itself as well, or ground up corn is also going to be an ingredient in some foods, like in some of our cereals, okay? Like Captain Crunch has some ground up corn in it. And corn tortillas, guys, hello, these guys, corn tortillas, they have corn in the name. So yeah, of course, they're going to have some whole grains in it. And I bet you guys all thought that corn was a vegetable. I mean, you always thought it was a vegetable. You always told it's a vegetable. You know, when your parents were like, eat your vegetables, you saw corn in there. But corn is actually a whole grain, okay, guys, because it is made from a grass, okay? It's a type of grass, okay? It's a wheat, all right? So you can also eat cooked wheat by itself, or ground up wheat is also an ingredient in many foods, also, which are going to be cereals, tortillas, crackers, bread, and noodles, guys. Okay, so these are my noodles. This is ground up wheat, guys. Essentially, this is also whole grain. Okay, these are whole grain cereals. Super, super good for you. All right, and then we have my bread over here too, which is actually 100% whole wheat, which is the best kind of bread you can eat. Doesn't taste the greatest, but it is definitely good for you guys. Okay, so let's get a little more into talking about grains. So before these grains can be used in foods like cereals and crackers and tortillas, they have to be processed first, okay? So remember what processing means. Processing means when you're doing something to a food to change it from the natural state it was in to begin with, okay? So like earlier, I was talking about ground up corn and ground up wheat, okay? So we're processing it. We're changing it from that natural state, okay, guys? So if a grain is processed in one way, it might not be very healthy. But if a grain is processed in another way, it could be a little bit healthier. So it just depends on the different ways that you can process these grains, okay, guys? So now I'm going to have you guys listen to a story about how Jumping Jackie and Gus Goldfoot ended up eating bread with a little red hen and her chicks. All right, guys, so make sure you pay attention because they're going to teach you how grains of wheat are processed. All right, so here we go.
One morning, Gus Goodfoot and Jumping Jackie were walking down a country road. Just ahead of them, a little red hen ran into the road. She stopped when she saw them and shouted, "Can you help me?" A talking hen didn't surprise Gus Goodfoot and Jumping Jackie at all, since animals on planet Strongheart could talk. "What's the matter?" Jumping Jackie asked. "Are you hurt?" "Oh no," replied the little red hen. "I just need help harvesting the wheat. The grains of wheat are ripe and ready to pick. I've asked the cat and dog and sheep who live nearby, but each one said, 'So sorry, I'm too busy.'" "We can help you," said Gus Goodfood. Right, Jackie? Sure, said Jumping Jackie. Jumping Jackie and Gus Goodfood followed the little red hen into a wheat field. They cut the stalks of wheat. Then they knocked away the grains from the stalks. After a while, they had filled a large bag with grains of wheat. Then the little red hen asked, "Can you help me take this bag of grain to the factory so it can be ground into flour?" "Sure," said Gus Goodfood. The three of them took turns pushing a wheelbarrow down the road to the factory. Inside the wheelbarrow was a heavy bag of grain. At the factory, the little red hen had to wait in line for her grain to be ground into flour. Gus Goodfood and Jumping Jackie decided to explore the factory while the hen waited. What they saw made them run back outside. Gus Goodfood shouted, "Little red hen, take your grains of wheat to another factory." Jumping Jackie shouted, "At this factory, the grains are processed way too much." The little red hen was confused. "What do you mean?" she asked. Jumping Jackie said, "The bran and the germ are 2 parts of every grain of wheat. These parts contain vitamins and minerals. At some factories, the machines don't take away these parts when the grains are processed, so the grains are still whole." Gus Goodfood said, "But at this factory, the machines take away the bran and the germ. What is left is called refined grains, and refined grains don't help your body grow or stay strong like whole grains do." "Oh my goodness!" exclaimed the little red hen. "I want the flour made from my grains of wheat to contain vitamins and minerals. Then the bread I make with the flour will have vitamins and minerals. And then my little chicks will get more vitamins and minerals when they eat the bread." She turned the wheelbarrow around and said, "Let's go!" The three of them took turns pushing the wheelbarrow farther down the road to another factory. At that factory, the machines didn't take away the bran and the germ from the grains of wheat. So the little red hen left the factory with a big bag of whole wheat flour. Jumping Jackie and Gus Goodfood spent the afternoon helping the little red hen bake. Later, they ate warm, delicious whole wheat bread with the hen and her chicks.
Okay, guys, so there's the story of Jumping Jackie and Gus Goodfood helping out the little red hen. So, can you guys tell me why the little red hen wanted to take her grains of wheat to a factory? Yeah, because she wanted to process it into flour. Okay, so she took it to that factory, and Jumpin' Jackie and Gus Goodfood went to go explore while they were waiting in line. And when they went exploring, guys, they saw something they didn't like because they ran out, remember? And they told the little red hen, "No, little red hen, you gotta take your wheat somewhere else because they process the food too much." Okay, they process the wheat way too much. And when that happens, when grains of wheat are processed way too much, guys, the parts of the grains that contain vitamins and minerals are taken away. And these parts of the grain that contain vitamins and minerals are called the bran and the germ. And when these parts are taken away, what is left is called refined grains, okay? And refined grains, they don't help your body grow or stay strong at all because they don't have any more of those vitamins and minerals that help you grow big and strong, all right, guys? So when we have refined grains, when we process the wheat way too much, the flour that's made from these refined grains is going to be white, okay? So any noodles or tortillas or bread that is made with this refined white flour are not Go Foods because remember, they don't have any vitamins or minerals in them, okay? Whole grains and most foods made with these whole grains are going to be good Go Foods if they don't contain any unhealthy fats or added sugars, okay? So let's think about that whole wheat bread that the little red hen made for her chicks and Gus Goodfood and Jumping Jackie. Do you think that was a Go Food or a Woe Food? It was definitely a Go Food because she took it to a different factory that didn't process the wheat too much to where it was still able to keep its bran and germ, which had all the good vitamins and minerals that our bodies need. Okay, many breads, tortillas, and noodles that are made with this whole wheat flour are gonna be go foods. Okay, now we also have rice. Okay, guys, so when we have white rice is made with grains that have been processed way too much, because remember, when we have refined flour, it's white. Okay, so for the most part, when you see any grains that are white, that means they've been processed way too much, so they don't have any nutritional value for us. So that's definitely not going to be a go food, right? That's probably going to be more like a slow or a woe food. All right, but now we have our brown rice. Okay, so our white rice is not a go food, but our brown rice is a go food because the parts of the grains that contain the vitamins and minerals haven't been taken away. It was made with whole grains. All right, guys. And now the other wheats that we were talking about in the beginning that we named, which are corn and oats, those are used in most foods, and they are going to be whole grains, of course. And that's why oatmeal and corn tortillas are go foods, and they're good for you. Okay, guys? So we want to make sure that we try and find things that say whole grain. Like my bread right here, guys, it says 100% whole wheat, guys. And look if you can kind of tell, my bread is brown. Okay, the bread is brown, and it's not going to be white like our other breads. See how it's a little bit darker? It's not white like the other bread is, okay? Because it still has all its important vitamins and minerals. So it gives us healthy stuff and helps us grow big and strong. All right, guys? So let's try and stay away from those refined grains and stick with those whole grains so we can grow big and strong and get these giant muscles. Remember, mine are still on vacation. They still haven't come back yet. But that's it for our health lesson, guys. So go ahead and put those dance pants on and let's get ready to boogie.